Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, however you self identify, welcome to This Week in Malawi, where I tell you how news in the 265 is affecting you and me. In this episode, we're talking about festival safety. To be precise, Beerland July 2025. What exactly happened at the show? Reports have reached me about theft, assault, sexual and otherwise, and also abuses of all kinds. Security is said to have been almost non existent at this show. I should say this, and let me preface this episode by saying this. I did not attend this show. This is the Scots Mapuma one. I was not there, so I do not have first hand information. However, testimonies have reached me. A lovely lady by the name of Ariane sent me her testimonies and the testimonies of so many different other girls and the experiences that they had at this particular festival. I had conversations with men and women, boys and girls, and they told me some interesting stories about what exactly happened at the show. From people had their phones stolen to women had wigs pulled off their heads. Hair? Heads? Women had wigs pulled off their heads. And a lady actually said, one of the girls, the stories that she said was that her hand was bitten. I'll show you the post. She shared the conversation that she sent. Her hand was bitten for her to let go of her phone. Somebody walked in with a pair of shades. Before she even got through the gate, the shades were gone. Somebody, as long as you weren't wearing like a fanny pack, if you were carrying a handbag, if you're carrying a backpack, forget it. Your things were gone. If you let things willy nilly around you, the VIP section didn't really feel like the VIP section. There were thousands of people that attended this show. Apparently, security at the, I will keep saying apparently because, like I said, I was not there. Security at the door was lacking. A lot of people even entered for free. So the show organizers themselves lost out on a lot of money because of the same security issue. Now, Beerland issued an apology about what happened because there were so many reports. This is the apology that they issued. Pause the video, zoom in, have a look at it, and it did not strike home for the victims. I'm going to call them victims in this case because that's exactly what these young men and women are, victims. They went to a festival, they went to have a good time, and the end result was they were abused in different ways. What's shocking to me is when this first happened, when the stories first came out, when people were first reporting that they received different levels of abuse, there were the apologists now that were hitting the comment sections. Iyai, mumapitira njukumeneku. Zimene zimachitika. Munakafuna munangakhala pakhomo. A lot of salty, problematic comments are what we saw, what I saw and what I picked up on, and it was very sad to see. So this is the response to the apology that Ariane herself posted on her socials and tagged me. I reposted it too. I'm pretty sure if you follow me on my social media accounts, you saw me repost this. They're calling for justice. They're calling for them to be seen. I think that's the main problem. They want to be seen because the organizers said that if you lost property, it was going to be found at Nanjali police station. Because mind you, this concert, this show, this festival happened at Monument Center. That's right here in Blantyre, down the road as you're going to Stella Maris Ends. So the closest police station is Nanjali filling station. And they said, no, if you've lost things, go and look for them at the filling station. Sorry, police station. I keep saying Nigeria filling station because fuel crisis taught us these things. Because of the fuel crisis, we used to go to that filling station a lot. Anyways, police station is where people were being directed to collect their lost and found belongings. However, the Nanchali police station officers said no such belongings were ever remitted to them. So there is miscommunication. I'm going to go with that as a lighter word or a more politically correct word. There's miscommunication regarding what exactly happened regarding security. Now, women and girls seem to have been the primary target of crime at this festival. I will say this not to disregard the boys, the men that were also assaulted because men lost their watches, their phones, thousands of phones. When I tell you thousands of phones, ngati munaona, but let's do business. Panaza biba mafoni at the end of July. I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised because the thugs were out and it was literally a hub of crime from what it sounds like. Now, why I'm saying that women and girls were the primary target of this, because maybe women and girls are the ones who are being the most vocal about it, but also maybe they presented easy targets, which then begs the question. At festivals, at concerts, I'm not trying to make this episode is not about bashing Beerland as a festival. Get me correct. I'm not bashing it. I'm highlighting this because these are the testimonies that were brought to me. This is the story that I was asked to actually dive deep into and find out exactly what happened and talk to different people, which is what I have done and why I'm putting out this episode in the first place. So, this begs the question. When it comes to festivals, who is responsible for security? Is it the organizers? Is it the party goers, as we would say, the festival goers in themselves? If I mean, should we say that we accept the risk of going to concerts and festivals? Because we are, whether we like it or not, and it's just a trend that happens, we are currently in festival and concert season. There's a lot of concerts that are happening right now. They're scheduled. I'm pretty sure we've already seen Shakina, teasing us. Is it Shakina or Shakina? Teasing that she's coming to Malawi at some point, and there's so many different festivals that have been lined up. We're entering literally festive season. So there will be a lot of concerts, a lot of festivals, and this question is weighing on me. And I pray that it's weighing on your minds too. Who is responsible? Should we come for the organizers? Should we say, hey, if you're expecting 3,000 people to attend your event, you should at least have 300 police officers available at said event? What measures could we see put in place to protect people? Because at some point in time, there were little booths. There are some festivals that do provide booths, like Zomba City Festival for one. I know they've got a safety corner at the festival where anyone who feels that they've been attacked or they're not safe can go to and be in that space. There's usually an ambulance on hand. But is that enough? Is there more that festival organizers could be doing to make sure that people feel safe at concerts? Because if we start to say now that concerts are synonymous with danger, that if you're going to a concert, you should be prepared to be harmed, to lose your property. You're not exactly going to have fun, then, are you? If you're constantly worrying that your property is going to go missing or somebody's going to grope you, because that was happening. Women were being groped. One very sad testimony from a girl who has chosen not, who has asked me actually not to share her testimony verbatim or share her full testimony on this podcast. She said she was actually sexually assaulted by three guys at the same concert. So this is the question that I'm asking, and it's weighing on me. And I'd love for you guys to comment, join me in the comment section, and give me your thoughts on this. Should we say, going to a concert, we are accepting whatever happens, happens? If I get abused, it's on me. I should have stayed home. Or is it up to the organizers themselves to do something about this? Share your comments and your thoughts and what are the stories that you'd like me to cover on this podcast in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend about This Week in Malawi.